Jessie C. Love here with my 8-minute, 7-second read for the day. Today is, I believe, October 26th. How you doing? Yesterday I stopped at page 11, so I'm going to go ahead and read. And thank you for those who are watching, those that do the replay. Hope your day has been going great, but I don't want to waste time, so I'm going to go ahead and start. It's the Laws of Success. We're on Law 1, listen to your heart. Picking up from where I left off yesterday, where we were asking ourselves if we were in control of our lives or if someone else was making our decisions. And we were asking how can someone else live our life? So, to keep going, they are living your life while you're sitting in the back seat, tagging along for the ride. There could be a variety of different people at the steering wheel, some that you may like, others that you may not. Your family may be driving you around, or it could be your friends, people on social media, society standards, your cultural standards. Anyone might be at the wheel. If it isn't you, though, you aren't in control of where you are going. Hey, you can complain about the direction of your life all you want, but until you sit in the driver's seat and begin to drive yourself, you aren't going to get where you want to go. You need to take control of your own life. You need to find out what you are living for, and you need to get out and do it. You can't listen to what other people want from you, and you can't allow them to decide what kind of life you're going to live. Even if they have your best interest in mind, they aren't you. And they don't know what will make you happy. You probably don't even know what makes you happy. Not yet, at least. Or completely happy. In this chapter, we're going to discuss breaking through all of these different influences and listening to your heart. We're going to decide how to get to the root of who you really want to be and what you were really put on this earth to do. Here's a quote. If you don't take control of your life, your days will be spent on the ends of strings pulled by someone else. He said, read that again. If you don't take control of your life, your days will be spent on the ends of strings pulled by someone else. Let that sink in. Really let that quote get under your skin. Are you a puppet? Is someone pulling your strings? If so, it's time to cut those strings. It's time to go on an adventure. It's time to stop being a puppet and become a real person, the person you were always meant to be. You have the power to be what you've always wanted and dreamt of being. You just don't know yet how to harness it. As if you're not living it yet. Hey, everybody. You've gotten lost in what other people said and expected. You've been lied to about your potential, and you've been held down because other people are afraid of the great person you could become. And I'll say, either you are now or that you will become. Why? Because success holds a mirror up to their failures. That's why people want you to follow the same path that they do. They either don't dream big enough, or they were too scared to go after their dreams. Now they want you to think that you can't accomplish your goals either. Well, guess what? You aren't them. You are your own person, and you have the ability to create the life that you've always wanted. It's always been in you. It's time to let it out. Breaking free. Now you may be thinking, okay, Les, I shouldn't just blindly follow what other people tell me to do. That's great. Now what? Well, now that you know what is causing you a great amount of unhappiness in your life, if you're unhappy, it's time to break free. It's time to take back control of your life, and it's time to start living in line with your real values and goals, as we should all have some. Whew, I put makeup on, I shouldn't have, I see. In order to be happy, to go to bed with a smile on your face and wake up full of energy and ready to start the day, you need to know what you want, and you need to be working toward it. This is the only way that you'll really be living your own life for yourself and not for anyone else. Right now, if you are not fully engaged in your life, you might be living a life that is a little too safe. Don't get me wrong, logic is great. People need to use their brain. In fact, most people need to use their brain. Your logical mind, however, isn't the only place from which you should make decisions. Where does your dream life truly come from? It comes from the heart. More specifically, it comes from listening to your heart. In order to live the life you were always meant to live, you need to dig deep inside. You need to be honest with yourself. And you need to find out what your heart really wants. Your heart is an amazing guide because it isn't influenced by outside forces. It doesn't care what the logical decision is, and it doesn't care what your current influencers have to say about the life that you are supposed to live. Your heart is connected to your purpose. It has a direct line with something more powerful, and it knows your role in God's divine plan. Your heart knows why you are here, and it breaks when you don't live in line with the life that you are supposed to be living. That's why you get so sad when you think about how other people are living their dreams and living the lives that they want to live, but you aren't, if you aren't. It's because your heart knows what you're supposed to be doing, and you aren't listening to it. Now, don't get me wrong. You need your logical brain as well. It can help you find opportunities and build a life that is in line with your heart and with God's divine plan. Together, the heart and mind are unstoppable. What do you really want? To get a sense of how driven you are by your heart, I want you to think about 3 goals that you'd like to achieve in 3 areas of your life. What is one personal goal that you'd like to achieve? Why is that important to you? I'm going to read that again. I want you to think about 3 goals that you'd like to achieve in 3 areas of your life. What is one personal goal that you'd like to achieve? Why is that important to you? For Mr. Brown, his first personal goal was to buy his mother a home. He is one of 7 children that his mother adopted. I feel like Abraham Lincoln, who said, "All that I am and that I ever hope to be, I owe to my mother." She was a domestic worker on Miami Beach in the United States. She cleaned homes and cared for children. We wore the hand-me-down clothes of the children that she kept. She cooked for families, and we ate the food left over from the families that she cooked for. These were very kind and generous people. They would say, "Mommy, whatever food is left over, you can pack it up and take it home to those children you've adopted."
Mamie.
I used to walk around these big, beautiful mansions, and I'd say, "Mama," she'd say, "What is it, Leslie?" "When I become a man, I'm going to buy you a big, beautiful home, just like this." And if you've never heard Mr. Les Brown in person, he does tell this story. I've seen him a couple of times. Was this a goal that came from logic? Of course not. In fact, it was a burden on my pocketbook. However, I was in line with what my heart wanted. I have never been more determined to make a dream a reality than this one. The day I bought my mother a house was one of the most fulfilling days of my life. Now, I want you to think about your financial goals, growing your business, advancing your career, taking your life to the next level, and so forth. I want you to think about the goals that you've set for yourself. What do you want? Why do you want those things? If these are small goals, they're probably not truly connected to what's in your heart. I found that most people fail in life